My name is Andrew Karanja. I'm a director of DX5, formerly CIO. As you all know, CIO is an old brand that is known in the industry. Mine is very simple. It's to introduce KEKA Precision and their anti-counterfeit solution, which they're going to present to us. A very interesting solution. I've been through it. As DX5, we strive to bring CIOs, technology experts, anybody in the industry together to keep them abreast of what is happening in the industry, latest solutions and products. So this is one of them. Karibuni sana. I'll hand you over to Tunde, who is one of our team. You've got Ken Kegota, who will be speaking a bit later. Karibu sana Tunde, all the way from Germany. Karibu. I hope you know what Karibu means.
Asante sana. Thank you, Andrew, for those kind welcome remarks. Good morning, everyone. My name is Omotunde Kasali from Authentic.Network. We are the organization whose solution is being presented to you today in partnership with our local partners here, KEKA Precision. I am also privileged to be the MC of this event. And I will be presenting our organization in a bit, but before I do that, I would like to hear a few words of introduction from you, the audience. So I would like to ask that you please introduce yourself briefly by stating your name, your organization, and say on the scale of 1 to 10, the impact counterfeit product is having on your organization. So your name, your organization, and on the scale of 1 to 10, the impact of fake products on your organization. So,
it's working. Morning, everyone. I'm Calvin Sotieno. I'm the managing director, FSPN Africa. That is Food Security for Peace and Nutrition Africa. The impact that the counterfeit has on my organization not quite as much, because we are a non-profit, but we have a lot of some of these encounters that we have as an organization. Maybe I'll discuss that at a later stage.
Okay. So on the scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it?
Well, I'll give it a 4.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Greetings, this is Elisha Caleb. I'm the founder and the CEO of Agrotech Plus, an agriculture technology company basically working with the IFC and the GIZ to impact the rural smallholder farmers. Back to the real thing, that's the negative impact of counterfeit to the agricultural value chain. It's really the cancer of today, basically by leading to our people in the communities to bad health, and at the same time it's leading to down growth of the economy in agriculture. This by not creating the good gap for the farmers, like getting opportunity for the quality agricultural produces for their farms, and at the same time getting their right producers to the market at the right time.
Okay.
Thank you.
So on the scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the impact of counterfeit product?
For now, I can say it's 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can do this very briefly. Just say your name, your organization, and on the scale of 1 to 10, the impact of counterfeit product. Yeah.
Hello, guys. My name is Dennis Kiare, IT lead at Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center, Eastern Africa, or in short, GTRCMCEA. The impact of counterfeit products in the tourism sector is closely to those financial guys who are here. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but approximately 85 to 100 billion Kenya shillings annually. And you see, Kenya is a tourism hub, a tourism gem in Eastern Africa, East and Central Africa, the leading. And therefore, Authentic will protect actually authenticating our products, because we find most people from outside, foreigners who come and bring us foreign revenue, mostly come and complain that their products are not genuine. We find that the counterfeiting industry is finding its close to genuine products like Supreme. Even the Kenya markets, we find the sandals are not authentic, shoes bought here are fake. So that impact is on a scale of 1 to 10, in my case, 8. And therefore, we need this product to help us, to help our clients also to authenticate their goods.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Martin Jäger. I'm coming from Germany. I'm a legal intern at the delegation of German Industry and Commerce here in Eastern Africa, in Nairobi. It's my third day here in Nairobi, and at this new role, I can't expect it, but it sounds 7 to 8. Sounds good.
Thank you. So, please.
Morning. My name is Tom Boyer from Unka Group. I'm the IT head. Counterfeit affects our products a lot, so I would rate it at about a 9 out of 10. But I know she may correct me.
Interesting. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Alinda Banja, Group Legal Unga. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say 8, because we greatly work with the milling industry, and we've had so many incidences of our products being counterfeited, which greatly affects our bottom line in our organization. So yes, on a 1 to 10, 8.
Thank you. We are here to help you with that.
Hi everyone, this is Kishore myself. I'm coming from Technology Associates, East Africa. I deal with cybersecurity solutions in East Africa and Middle East. I hope this is 1 to 10, it's 8 or 9. It's helpful for my clients. It's for authentication because I'm into cybersecurity. It helps to a lot of clients to authentication where they require in a secure way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is RX Maina. I'm from Ketepa, that is Kenya Tea Packers Limited. And we deal mostly with tea. And when I talk about the negative counters, about or the counterfeits in the counterfeit products in the market, we're not only affected locally, but also internationally. And I would rate it at a scale of 6. And we're working towards that to see how we can be able to counteract that. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Damaris Wanja from Blackthorn Limited. It's a newly found company, so I'm basically here to learn and how to mitigate in the future.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
I just joined, so we're introducing ourselves.
So just say your name, your organization, and on the scale of 1 to 10, what's the impact of fake products on your organization?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Muna Mohammed. I work for the world's leading manufacturers of reusable sanitary pads. Our social enterprise is called AfriPads Limited. Counterfeit, yeah. We have a lot of people who are copying our products, and we are still trying to find a way of maneuvering it. But I hope today we can be able to learn something new and interesting, and how we can be able to fight corruption and other aspects of counterfeit.
So on 1 to 10?
Sorry?
On the scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it?
The counterfeit.
The impact of counterfeit on your product?
10.
10?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joyce Maina. Mona is my colleague.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Moses Munove from GIZ, Program Business Scouts for Development. We do not produce actual physical products, so I would rate it on my perception of prevalence in the market, and I would say 5.
Thank you, Moses.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Isaac from Simlo Seeds. I'm currently the Market Intelligence and Research Officer. And on the impact of counterfeit on seeds is crazy, I'll say that. Because on a scale of, you say on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe 11.
That's off the chart.
Because you can imagine during planting season and you go buy seeds and you realize those seeds are not genuine. You plant seeds expecting them to grow, but they don't grow. And you put all your effort waiting for that season. It never happens.
Yeah.
So that's why I say on a scale of 1 to 10, not 10. Definitely 11. Because from then comes food insecurity.
Yeah, absolutely.
What happens when there's no food? Everyone came here, had breakfast.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say that some of those food that you had, we were at the beginning, a genesis of it. So I'm looking forward to this because last time we were at the Crown about anti-counterfeit, and we have KEFIs, but still the process is there. Those seeds coming around planting season comes, they are fake, they're not genuine. And when that happens, the impact is felt. Currently, unga goes for how much? 200 bob? Why? Why? That is the question I'm asking. Why 200? It's all because of maize. We plant maize. In Trans Nzoia, you all know that. But that is the impact we are feeling currently. We'll be very quick to say, oh, blame the government on all that. But it all starts with us.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much. Looking forward to our engaging session.
Yeah, we're looking forward to be able to assist.
Good morning, everyone. Helen Joroge from Simlo Seeds. Isaac is my colleague. Like he mentioned, we deal with the KEFIs. I don't know if you're in collaboration with them, because they also have a counterfeiting product that we attach to each and every of our products. So maybe you can later tell us how you are collaborating with them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we will show you how we can help you with our product, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Edward Warwimbo. I am the head of IT for CKL Africa. Our main products are around crop nutrition and plant protection. I guess we're answering what the impact of counterfeit on our product is. Thank God it's not as bad, but it's generally a concern. So I'd give it about a 4.5.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, I'm John Kalioke from Ruby's Energy. Yeah, counterfeit, I will give it at 7. We have a lot of counterfeit on the lubricants and the LPG products. Giving it at 7. Thank you.
One of the products we'll be demonstrating is a lubricant product. So very well, you can see it over there. You're welcome.
Looking forward.
Thank you.
Morning. My name is Mike Ndwiga, head of ICT in CTI Hospital. In terms of counterfeit, we are more in consumers, for products, especially in pharmacy. So maybe if this solution is going to tackle especially drugs, I think that's also going to be an advantage to us because we are more consumers. So in terms of ratings, more about how the market has been affected, which I don't have the actual number. Yeah.
Okay, that's one of the products we'll be showing how we can apply our solution to. So you're very much welcome.
Thank you.
Morning. My name is Zain from Craft Silicon. Craft Silicon deals with banking solutions. We deal with core banking systems, alternate channels, solutions, and payment gateways. I would rate it at 5 on my end. This is putting into consideration issues of check truncation out there, issues of anti-money laundering, and counterfeit currency.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good morning. My name is Frederick Ndeki from Ministry of Health, Kenya Medical Training College. In particular, we do offer training of middle-level health workers who are normally absorbed in East and Central Africa and as far as United States of America and Australia and all other countries. Well, the effect that we might have when we have counterfeit documents, that is a nurse who is perpetuating to be a nurse, a qualified nurse, and is not a qualified nurse, you can imagine what can happen. It's so catastrophic. Huh? So I'll be looking forward to the solutions that we'll be offering so that you can see how you can implement it at our college.
Yeah.
Actually, I can rate it at 3 over 10, but maybe by the end of this session, maybe I can rate it differently.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sylvia Mwalu. I'm from Kenya Healthcare Federation. We also don't manufacture products directly, but I'm from a pharmacy background. I'm a pharmacist. So for drugs, I'd rate it at a 10.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Peter Kanda. I'm the Chief Information Officer at Gertrude's Children's Hospital. Like my colleague in the healthcare industry, as healthcare providers, we are affected by drugs. I just had to do a quick Google. It's not in my head. So I see it's around 30% of drugs consumed in Kenya are actually counterfeit. So one way or the other, it's definitely affected. It'll be interesting to see what solutions you have and whether there are APIs we can get to plug into it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Gitonga. I am in PR and communications. I represent SAL Health. And I think this conversation is very timely, given that I think I'm also a consumer of counterfeit products. And I'm looking forward to learn, more ways on how probably we could be able to mitigate these counterfeit products. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Imelda Karaya. I also represent SAL Health. I'm in PR, marketing, and communication. And as my colleague has said, it's a timely conversation because we'll be able to provide information to all consumers that are directly involved in our products offering. And I can't wait to drive this conversation on Twitter to just share all the discussions that we're going to have around this topic. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, the official hashtags for this event, as you can see, the hashtag security, hashtag go, hashtag Authentic.Network, which you can use when tweeting. Go on.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mungai Martin. I head IT at Bob Morgan Services. We generally consume a lot of electronic security products, and one may know that there's a lot of counterfeit products in the electronic industry, and maybe we might get some help authenticating some of these products. So maybe I'd put this maybe at a 5 on our scale.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sarah Situma. I'm from the Delegation of German Industry and Commerce for Eastern Africa. I'm here with my colleague, Martin, right over there. So, on the issue of counterfeit, I'd say we mainly deal in services, but we've worked with companies before, especially while doing our market analysis and studies, and or maybe while organizing expos, and we've had companies in the past complain a lot of counterfeit. And so I'm glad that we're here today, and I hope we can get more solutions on maybe how to address the issue, and maybe offer alternatives to that as well. So thank you so much, Kasali, for having us, and thanks all of you for being here today, and looking forward to an interactive session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Letitia Mbayaki from Koteva Agri-Science. I'm the EHS Hub Leader for East and North Africa. I also support the security team. Wouldn't allow me not to rate the impact because I do not have the information per se. I'm here to learn more about the counterfeit, because I know it's a discussion that we are currently having. But I heard someone talk about food security and the need to have the correct seed grown by our farmers. So we are in the same boat. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I think that table hasn't been introduced yet.
Good morning. Kimani Gishia from the Ramco Group of Companies. We're big in print and packaging, both primary, secondary, and tertiary for fast-moving consumer goods, so definitely this is a very important session for us. The industry average is around 4 out of 10, and that definitely is a big concern for such an industry. Thank you.
If you're wondering why those people are not introducing themselves, they are from KEKA. They are our partners. But please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Edwin Malala, and I'm from KEKA. And I could rate industry from just experience on what we've seen. I'd go with an 8. Based on what we've said, I'd average it at 7 as of now. But I'm sure out of the deliberations and everything, this figure will change. And as we get to understanding, then I think we'll all understand there's a very big problem. And looking at it, we need a solution soon enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daniel. I am from KEKA Precision Technologies. I am part of the team that is working with Authentic.Network to offer you this anti-counterfeit solution today. And I'm very proud to be here, and I'm happy to see you all. And I can assure you we'll work together to bring the perfect solution for you. Thank you.
Thank you. People over there. The back seats, yeah.
Morning, everyone. Alduri Maidawa. Still just really interested in the conversation, so here to hear and listen and understand how we can maybe take advantage of the solution.
Thank you.
Morning, all. Niki Nyamasio, Maidawa. As you'd imagine, our nature of business is in dealing with products that tend to attract a lot of counterfeiting. So I think naturally, today's event comes in very relevant for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jerry, Alkebul and Innovation Lab. My interest in the conference today is to learn about the measures on how to protect a brand from counterfeiting.
Perhaps you can also state on the scale of 1 to 10 the impact of a fake product on your organization.
We're still a young innovation lab, so we haven't come across any counterfeit issues yet, but just as a crisis mitigation, we're looking into learning from the conference.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Michelle Mohanda. I'm the CEO of One Health Medical Center, where we offer outpatient medical services in different parts of the country. So I'm keen to learn about counterfeit on a scale of 1 to 10. I think I'll put it on 8. Thanks.
Good morning. I'm Titus from Broadshare Company. I'm an ICT manager. So I'm here to learn what Authentic will help me with whatever I do every day. Yeah. So in the scale of 10, I'll say 7.
Thank you. So I think that's it for introductions. Thank you very much. So from what I can estimate here, there is a very serious impact of fake products on manufacturers here in Kenya. And we are here to change that. We are to use our solution to improve the situation. So now I will briefly introduce my organization, Authentic.Network. Yeah, so Authentic.Network, we are a German IT company using blockchain technology to provide our business solutions. We are based in the eastern German city of Chemnitz, that is known as the cradle of the German vehicle and machine industry. So it is no surprise that we have emerged out of that inventiveness and innovation. Our solution is a digital anti-counterfeit and consumer interaction solution that basically does 3 things. Number 1, copy-proof product verification. Number 2, real-time consumer information. And number 3, end-to-end traceability. We will be going in detail on how this solution does this. There will be a presentation by our partners, KEKA, and I will, in a partnership with KEKA, be giving a live interactive demonstration of this solution. So we are already having very profound impact with this solution. Last year, we were ranked in the top 5 blockchain startups that are using blockchain technology to impact the FMCG industry. That's out of 121 startups that we analyzed globally. And we are already providing this solution internationally besides Germany. So mainly in Europe and Africa. In Switzerland, we are providing it to a global leader in solar panel production, Meyer Burger. In Ivory Coast, we are providing it to stop medicine counterfeiting to the Ivory Coast government in partnership with the German government and the German Investment Corporation. Also in Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria, we are providing this solution to a leader in household tools and farming tools manufacturer. And now we are coming to Kenya. Why Kenya, you would ask? Basically for 3 reasons. We see the opportunity to contribute to fighting counterfeit products here in Kenya. I read in an article recently in May that according to the national Kenya national baseline data, that $900 million is lost yearly in tax revenue to counterfeit products, and 1 in 5 products, according to the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, is counterfeit. So 40% of market share is lost to counterfeit products. So there is a severe challenge there, but we see it as an opportunity to fight counterfeit products. And in a self-explanatory way, Kenya is also the economic powerhouse of East Africa. 40% of economic output in East Africa is generated in Kenya, so it's natural that we're coming here. And lastly, we also see a strong will on the part of public and private sector organizations to fight counterfeiting. So yes, we are here. We want to change the solution. We want to help manufacturers who are working hard to build a genuine brand. We want to help them secure their products, improve their market revenue, and also protect people who are taking medicines. So basically, that is what we do, Authentic.Network, protecting people and enabling companies. So thank you. That's the end of my presentation. And now I will invite the CEO and Managing Director of KEKA Precision Technologies, our partner, Ken Kagota, to introduce his organization.
Thank you, Tunde, and welcome everyone. I'll be okay. This session that we've had is a very, very important session, and I actually gotten a lot of insight. Did you realize we only had 2 people who said 4? One said 4, and the other one said 4 and 4.5. So everybody is above 5, which means it's actually a real problem. And essentially, I'll just go very quickly in introducing KEKA. Then, Tunde, if you don't mind, I'll just jump straight into the presentation so that we also save some time and I also don't lose my momentum, okay? So, KEKA, that is the logo that we go with. We have a motto, let's do it. It sounds like my name, Ken Kagota, so everyone will think KEKA stands for Ken Kagota, but I'll keep that as a secret for now. KEKA is essentially a big company, and as you've seen, we've just started. We were registered in 2021, and we launched last month on June 4th. That's when we started official business in the region. So this is actually our first event. One of the house rules that I want to have with you guys as I do the introduction of KEKA as well as the presentations, it's very simple. I talked to some of you who had come a little bit earlier. Ask questions, let's be interactive. This is one session where I will allow you to interrupt me as I present. If it is something I can answer on the spot, I will. If it is something that I'm covering on the slide or will take a little bit long, I will put it towards the end of the presentation during the live demo, okay? So immediately after this, I will go to, after introducing KEKA and talking about KEKA, we'll go into the solution itself and how the solution will impact your business, and then we shall have live demos. So there are two things. Ask questions as we talk, okay? Very good insights that I've had from the Simlo guys. It starts with us, and that's our motto, which is very, very, very good. We'd like everyone to be involved in this. It's not only about the government, it's not only about you guys as manufacturers, it's also about the consumers, because even if you're manufacturing, you're consuming something else. So it's about all of us and how we can impact or stop counterfeiting in the region. I want you to ask questions. I want you to use your phone. So I'm not going to tell you, switch off your phone and listen to me, no. The hashtags that were talked about are up there. You can add your own hashtags as well. If you hear something nice, tweet it. I'd like to capture that as well on social media. It's a very quick way for me to get notes from you guys and to judge the tempo or the level of your commitment in this particular presentation. So we've got KEKA Precision, we've got hashtag technology, we've got security, we've got growth, and we've got Authentic.Network. Okay? So as I mentioned about KEKA, so just quickly, it's just one slide. We design and implement end-to-end managed technologies that are agile, scalable, and precisely sized to run your organization optimally, simply, cost-effectively, with accurate financial and performance predictivity on a subscription basis. The reason we are doing that is, from that statement, what I'd like you to understand is whatever we do is going to be designed and implemented in the way your organization works. It's going to be agile, it's going to be scalable, which means if you need more resources, you will get those resources. When you don't need them, we will remove those resources. But the most important thing is that it's going to be cost effective. So we are not going to look at price being a limiting factor. We are ready and able to negotiate with you so that this works. We are not in it to make a lot of profit. Definitely I have to make a profit to make a living and eat something. Because when unga goes up, the way it's been mentioned, I should be able to afford it. But I'll tell you something. It will be reasonable, and when we engage with you guys, you will understand that that is the motto, and that is the basis and the foundation of KEKA Technologies. We are a cloud-based company, 12 certified professionally members, who some of them have introduced themselves. So I'll just ask the KEKA team to stand. Just stand and wave so that we don't take so much time. Each one of us has a role in the company, and we cover every aspect of industry that you'll think of, okay? So we are all certified with AWS certifications. We are a partner with VMware. As a matter of fact, the only reason we are not yet an AWS Select partner is because we've been preparing for this event and I was not able to sign some few documents. We shall be an AWS Select partner by Monday next week. We are a VMware partner because we are also promoting their cloud-based environment, especially on the unified endpoint management. And as I speak, you may be surprised that when you look at the tables, you will see some 2 types of laptops. That is part of our innovation in partnership, again, with another German friend of mine. So I've got a lot of German and precision in it. So we are also manufacturing and producing local IT equipment. And when I talk about the Authentic Network to you guys, I'm not selling it to you guys just because it's a solution. I'm using it as a solution. So whatever you will see is something that we are actually using, we're putting it into practice. Whatever teething problems we get, we perfect them, and then we are giving it out to you as a consumer. So yes, we are launched in June, but there's a lot of stuff that we've actually been doing and testing in that period. You may see some other logos. We are partners with Dell Technologies as well because of the devices, Dell Technologies, Lenovo, and Huawei. And we are a very strong partner with Intel on their devices, on their cloud platform, and on their IoT environment. So there's a lot of stuff that we're doing on the Internet of Things. Then there is a product that you see there, Zoho, which people may know it in the financial business. For us, it's a whole suite of applications, all the way from your accounting to your CRMs, and the most important thing that we're using over there, which we are using ourselves because we have a product line that is actually being locally produced. We are having a support center, which is Zoho Desk. So instead of just using their products, we are also putting it out into the market based on the experiences that we get on it. It runs on the Google Cloud. We shall be looking at going onto the Google certification as well. So we are able to provide you all the cloud platforms that I mean, you'll have a choice of cloud platforms. So right now, we are able to do private and public cloud through VMware and AWS, and of course, through Intel. Okay, so essentially, in a nutshell, that is KEKA Technologies, KEKA Precision Technologies. 4 distinct business lines that are intertwined. We are leveraging on the cloud so that we can give you the best offering of any solution that you will require. Okay. You can follow us on kekaprecision.com. And if you want to know any more details, you can go to the About Us page and you can see each one of us, our bios. Feel free to interact with any one of us at any given point. And let's see how we can continue to interact together on that. So that is all about KEKA, Precision. And with all due respect, I'd like to jump into the core of this session. So, Authentic, coincidence, I met them in Tanzania when I was having a little bit of a session trying to see what I can do for KEKA with my founding partners, the 12 members that are in there. And I liked their product. And so because we had already looked at the device area, we saw that we could use their product or that other solution to make sure that we're actually giving out an authentic product into the market. So that was the initial state. But when I first met them, their bias was on the medical field. And quite a number of people have actually talked about the healthcare area, okay? And I looked at it and I said, it could be applied in different areas. It could be applied to any manufacturing environment. And I wasn't wrong. And as I go through the presentations, you'll actually see. But let's look at the impacts that we have. It's been mentioned. Someone said 85 billion. The actual figure is 826 billion. 826 billion. Actual facts. These are facts. Now, why am I giving you this? And I'm giving you this information with authority because if you remember, June 15th was the World Anti-Counterfeit Day. And these were some of the statements that were actually made by the ACA during their speech. And I would like to clarify something as well. During that day, they launched something called an IPR. Is everyone aware of what an IPR is? Intellectual Property Registry. This was launched by Anti-Counterfeit Authority as well as the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Anyone with any idea what that is? Okay, fine. So essentially what they're going to be doing is they'll be registering intellectual property or other original equipment manufacturers or original manufacturers of a product. And when we import that product, the security and the scanning agencies will actually be checking the origin of that product against this database. So what we are doing is we are complementing that. Remember, this is government doing a lot of its stuff, okay, doing a lot of their policy. It's written there. You can see the 3 things that they actually came up with, the documents. Those 3 documents where there's policy, there's legal, there's there's all the things that need to be done on the government level and on the private public sector environment. But again, we have some people who are watching this and they don't have very good information or other good reports about all that. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is we are complementing. And when you see such a report, when someone says that the institutions are not doing enough, it is true. And I'll come back to that statement. It starts with us. Because at the end of the day, the challenge that we have is someone comes up with an intellectual property, a very good product that goes into the market. We've just heard sanitary towels are being forged, and yet you've just started up. So you're already losing from the time you're starting. You're already losing market share because your product is already being counterfeited. And where's the problem? The problem to me is that the consumer does not have enough empowerment to actually authenticate and say this is a fake product and this is not a fake product. In the tourism industry, I've not thought about it, but I've just actually seen the impact. If someone is producing original sandals and somebody else is faking them, and we have a tourist who comes in and buys a fake product, then again, the tourism as a country brand is already being messed. So if we can reduce this anti-counterfeit by making sure that the consumers, the end customer, the person who's actually buying that product is able to say in a cost-effective way or in the easiest and the simplest way that I'm not taking this product because it's fake, then we'll have already started winning the counterfeit war. And we will be supporting the government and we'll be supporting the private sector initiatives that are in there. Because all these things, if they're put in place, it does not matter as long as me, the consumer, would prefer to buy a fake product or will not prefer to make sure that I'm buying an authentic product. So we need to empower the consumer to know what the product they're buying is actually genuine or not. And I'll give you other examples without mentioning names because I don't want a legal suit when I'm just starting up. But go to the online shopping stores that we have. I saw one selling a pair of shoes from the brand Adidas. And it's there. It's 3,000 shillings, and I was very happy about it, and I said, this is okay. But what did I do? I decided to take the Adidas model that was being sold on a local online shop and to check with the original manufacturer, and I searched for that model on adidas.com, and I couldn't find it. That's how bad counterfeit is in Kenya. And I don't think it is 1 of 5. I think it is 1 of 3. Because you will see a lot of people, and I'll just talk about the shoe industry. A lot of people have Nikes, a lot of people have Adidas, they look very nice in them, but when you go to the official site, that model does not exist. So we are consuming counterfeit products without even knowing. And that's what we need to start curbing. And that's the reason why I thought Authentic as a product meets the right fit for this country. Now, there are quite a number of anti-counterfeit solutions that are in there, but the reason why we are having this session is so that you could see where we differentiate, and let's interrogate that. But before we do that, let's watch a small video, which is basically the basis of this session. So from that video, it just summarizes what we're going to be talking about. I'll just go a little bit in detail in terms of each step. But essentially, it's exactly what I was saying. Let's empower the customer to make a decision on what they're buying. And that's what we're actually looking at. The second part of it is, as you've all seen, the focus was basically on the medication area, but we are able to apply this solution to anything. And we talked about food security. I think that has been covered exhaustively. What we've not talked about was the medicine side. During the COVID pandemic, there was reports of a lot of fake ARVs that were actually in the region. There's no ARV in the country, and there was a lot of fake ARVs that came in. And right now, we are seeing the effects. 2 days ago in the news, they said the rate of infection is actually at 8 out of 10 of teenage girls getting infected at the moment. It's a pandemic. Now you can imagine with fake medication what that will actually happen. We'll actually have again another HIV pandemic in this country. During the Council of Governors, these are facts that I'm talking about, the governor of Kisumu mentioned about fake cancer medicine. It's there. It's in our government hospitals. It's in every place that we can find. So the applications that we've used today are two very essential areas that we need to consider. But it doesn't mean that we isolate them to only those two in terms of agriculture and healthcare. No, it also goes into your manufacturing. I know of a company that came up with a very good machete, which they were selling, which is a panga, okay? And within a very short period, the same panga, same look, same everything was being reproduced in China. And this guy lost a lot of business until they started using Authentic. So these are real things. This is real life, okay? What I asked some of you to do was to download the app, okay? Download the app. You can go to Authentic.app because we're going to use the app. Each one of you is going to actually use the app today, and we're going to test it. We've got products with a genuine sticker. We've got products with fake stickers. And we're also going to give you a book at the end of this session, which will have some stickers that you're actually going to test them, okay? So you can go to Authentic.app and look for that app, download it. It will actually check your OS and download the correct one. Or you can actually go to the Apple Store or the Google Play, okay, and download it. Please, some of your phones may not be fully registered, and so you may get a message that says it's not fully supported, okay? Ignore that message. The reason is, in this region, we've got very many different types of models. Guys have phones with more than one camera. Our application actually needs one 4-megapixel camera to do the scan, and a certain level of either iOS or Android installed on it. If you have a Huawei phone, you'll be using Harmony OS. See us later for an API that will actually link you to the Google Android site. Okay, so we're already working on the new Huawei phones that are running Harmony OS on that. So we'll be able to download it from the Google Play. Very important, is everyone downloaded? Anyone with any issues? Everybody has downloaded the app. It's important that you download the app. Okay? Thank you very much. So as you saw, the scan is basically empowering the end customer. The end customer downloads an app that will actually reside on a phone, and they will be able to scan a sticker, okay? And they will be able to know whether it is an authentic product or fake. And we're also going to do that practice, as I say, during the live demo. We've got equipment and stickers around the room that you can actually use that. So I don't have to really go through this. The one thing that I'll let you understand is because it's a cloud-based kind of situation, the application is only installed once on the phone, okay? And you will be able to install you'll be able to scan different types of products. So with scale in terms of numbers, we reduce costs, and the more manufacturers and the more end customers we get on this platform, the costs keep on going down, and these are things that are advantageous to us. So at the end of the day, we're already starting at a low cost with this particular solution, and we shall see how the implementations are done and still go lower. So it's just a win-win situation for all of us based on the technologies that we're using. You can't copy that because we've done some copies, and by the way, I will need 2 volunteers as well because we have a business center here. We shall give 2 volunteers the stickers so that they can go and make copies of them and then come back and scan, and we see the kind of reports you will have. So we're giving you 100% guarantee that this sticker cannot be copied. So we know of cases where other security measures have been copied. In this case, it's not going to be copied, and there's a reason why. So let me start with the history. Barcode, something that I can create right now just by Googling. I will Google and I will download a barcode and I'll create my own barcode. And if I have your information about the barcode that you put on your products, I will reproduce it exactly. So we know that is already happening. QR code came up, very good. It opens up a website, okay? And you're able to download whatever you need from that. But now we already know that hackers have a way of making short website links so that when you want to go to KEKAprecision.com, it takes you to another site. So we have all that. It's already happening. So again, it's not very, very, very stable. There's one other thing. We now use what we call the Authentic.code. And I want us to be very careful because I know there's a brand that is using a similar code. I don't want to talk so much about them, but what I want to do is I want to make sure that we differentiate ourselves from them. The company, I think, is called Brandmark, and they have a similar sticker and a similar solution, but we are different in certain ways. And in the next slide, I will show you exactly why. So with the Authentic.code, what we're doing is we're using blockchain. And what we have decided as KEKA is that we're not going to produce that code in country for now. When we get the masses and the volumes, then we will. But right now, we've pinpointed one central reproduction of the sticker, which means I have to import them or bring them in so that I reduce the risk of the product being, or rather the sticker being reproduced by a printer somewhere, okay? So it's going to be a central reproduction of that sticker, and I won't give details of where, but the thing is we are creating blockchain mining, and that code comes with a blockchain technology, which again allows me to make sure that this particular product is going to be secure because you cannot create that same blockchain. For the guys who don't understand what blockchain is, please let me not go too much into detail because that is a different topic in terms of technology. Just understand that cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin and all those kind of guys, use blockchain technology for security, okay? But I can give you the details about blockchain on how it works. It's a digital value. We're able to do it digitally, which means if we can do it digitally, it also means it's cost effective. So it's counterfeit protection, and on top of counterfeit protection, we add onto your supply chain services in terms of we don't change it, we add value onto that. So we can do tracking. We can do, as we said, we are actually making a customer and a seller engagement, which means now you as the seller or you as a manufacturer and your value chain are actually interacting, and you can actually follow a particular product from start to end. We can customize the labels. This is again a sales thing. So you saw my other label had KEKA, but we can actually customize the label to have your own logo on it. And at the same time, we are adding digital value, which means someone mentioned that they want to know how it will link to an API. Yes, it does. We can link to any ERP, any CRM, or any software. It just depends on the time and whatever is required, but we can link to any of those systems. So your existing infrastructure is still in place, and we do not have to change that. We just link into it, and that's how it works. So let's look at where things go wrong. and just talk about this. I'll take a little bit of time just looking at this. So we've got a manufacturer, and then we've got the supply chain area where you have a wholesaler, transport, dealer, and consumer. Guys, I'm only using generic words. I believe if I use these generic words and the generic whatever, so the manufacturer is also a producer, so we have a P. Wholesaler is a W. It can be any large supermarket or any large area that things go out. There's somebody who's doing the transportation, and there's a dealer who's actually selling, who's the retail shop, the kiosk or the shop that is selling to the end customer. And essentially anything, once you produce your product, any one of those things, when it's going to the consumer, can fake it. Let's forget about the counterfeit part. Let's also look at another value add, which I've not put in this slide. Let's imagine that you produce some product, and on its way to a customer, it's stolen. Okay? That's where the tracking stuff comes in. So there's a lot of things that we can do in there. Okay? So the manufacturer sends it to the wholesaler, and in between, quite a number of things happen. But this is what we want to do. We want to offer an end-to-end protection. So where you have the consumer actually talking directly, let me go back one slide so that you can see that. The consumer is actually talking directly to the manufacturer. Why? Because on the app, you can actually create that. So when the consumer scans, you already get that information on your dashboard that a consumer has scanned this product in a certain area. Remember, you're using a mobile phone which has location services, and if that is enabled by the customer, you'll be able to see exactly where that scan has been done. And this is where the tracking thing is coming in. So if your product is stolen and it's being sold in the market and it's genuine, you'll be able to locate it and know my stolen product is being sold in a certain area, and you'll be able to take the necessary measures on that. So that interaction is already between the customer and the manufacturer. You being the manufacturer and having an interaction with that customer, the customer gets that, authenticity, and they get pride in your brand, and your brand presence is actually felt. And so your brand is actually increased, okay? The other way is where the dealer, your main distributors, are actually communicating with you, and they're doing for you, for example, your marketing promos and all those kind of things to increase the sales, and they're able to communicate with you, and they talk with the end customer. That's actually what we call the pull effect, okay? And that scan can also do a push where you can actually push into the market. And these are examples, okay, of what us guys are doing. But let me not discuss this a lot, because I think I've already covered much when I've already given you the vision of what happens. So the customer can actually now make decisions, and you can make decisions based on the information that you're getting from the customer or from the dealer. So both of them is what we call a push and pull effect. And as I said, this is exactly what is happening for us, okay, with our products. We've been doing some testing. And on one side, I've actually put in a slide on the Switzerland environment. But for us, what actually happens is we've got the product, and now we are trying to say that this particular product, I mentioned 4 partners that we have. We are actually linking into their product as well. We are doing the same. We are adding value into Dell, Lenovo, and Huawei products by putting this sticker. But as I mentioned, we also have a locally done products that you can actually have a look and see the quality of that. We're also tracing that, so we can actually know that this particular product has not been faked, and we can track and trace and support that particular product on our platform, okay? So implementation options, right now I'm making it very simple, just 2 options. Look at the time frames. 2 to 3 months, you'll be up and running with very little investment on that, okay? 4 to 8 months if we have to do some customization. Maybe a little bit longer if your environment is very complex, but yes, you can see that we are able to do a lot of things. Now, on the first option, we're able to do all the discussions and everything. What is in red is not what we're going to do, but you can see all this, and please don't mind, we will send these slides to you. Since you've already registered with us, you will get a copy of this slide. But these are some of the things that will actually be able to do. So we'll have set the goals with you. We'll have a kickoff on supply chain, sales, and marketing process, understand that process. We'll analyze and develop the application plus design the logo for you. We'll fix the app integration, as I mentioned. And by the way, I did not mention, supposing, which is a question I was expecting from you guys, supposing you have a customer who does not have a smartphone, because you need a smartphone to do this. What we are now doing is we are trying to get a very cheap device, which it's under testing at the moment, and we shall distribute it to areas where there is no, people don't have smartphones, or somebody who doesn't have a smartphone. So it will be a simple thing. It will be a small kiosk that can be put, let's say, for example, in a mall or a supermarket, and you can scan the product and it will give the information. That device will actually support Wi-Fi and 4G. So if it has to be deployed in areas, as long as we have network coverage, we'll have to deploy the 4G one. So we are working on that. There's a prototype. I can't give a lot of details because I also want to patent some of the stuff that we're going to do on that. But yes, it's going to happen. So we can develop the system, and the process is all the same. So in a nutshell, you'll get these details as well. We have a flat fee for that in terms of what you're applying, and as you can see, it is reasonable, and we feel that this is a good market. I'm using euro right now because I'm buying from Germany, and the dollar is really disturbing me. Too much fluctuation, so we will work out the euro figure at that time. And I cannot give you a figure for option 2, but as you can see, the only thing that we don't do in option 2 is the communication and campaign. But remember, I've also mentioned to you that we just signed up with Zoho, and if you give us your customers and whatever, in Zoho we have something called campaign. We can actually plug in. So essentially, this red flag might actually come out as soon as I finish my implementation or my signing up with Zoho as a company. And in the second option, I told you, we've got a whole team of 12 people certified, so we can actually do coding in any environment. So we can actually write code. And if it's something that we can't manage over here, then we also have Authentic that you can work with. But I can guarantee you 80 to 90% of the work that you give us at the moment, right now, as we're speaking, we will be able to manage it locally, so you'll have local support, okay? And within the next 2 months and 3 months, as we continue working with Authentic, we'll actually be doing 98 to 99% of that work, and the only thing that we'll be using will be their scanning platform, and anything else that we'll be able to customize if you want to have your database locally, on premises, or on the cloud, we'll be able to do that as well for you. Okay, so those are some of the things that we'll do, and each one of them will have a head and an hourly charge. So I've not put those figures there because I'm starting up with you. We are both starting up together. It's a concept. You want to have it, so we need to sit down and agree on a certain figure. So we might have different figures that may be depending on the complexity of your environment. Okay, so I'll talk about the use cases, and very quickly, it was mentioned in Switzerland. I just need to put a little bit of background into what this is, okay? The companies in Switzerland, in Europe, what is actually happening is there is this, for green energy, they are actually using solar panels, and they are encouraging households to generate power. So it's not coming from the KenGen or the KPLCs of that side. You, as a person who lives in a house, can actually put a solar panel on top of your house and then connect your panels directly to the grid. And essentially what they have is an incentive. They pay you for the power that you've generated, okay? And they charge you for the power that you consume. And at the end of the year or an agreed point in time, you balance out the figures, and so your electricity bill depends on what you consumed minus what you produced. In most cases, the guys are winning. So essentially, you can imagine if that's an incentive, there people went in, rushed in and bought solar panels. But again, there's a quality that you need to adhere to. You have to have a standard that will produce a certain energy so that you don't have fluctuations. We don't have that in Kenya. We've had people buying panels which work for 6 months, other guys for 2 months, other guys for 3 years. It's a mystery, but the panels look the same. So essentially with these guys, what they did as a dealer, they certified certain panels and they put the sticker on them. And on that sticker, the value add they put on the Kengen of that side, let me not say the name, okay, but the Kengen on that side who's producing the electricity, once you scanned it, it activated your account, okay? And the KPLC of that side will start calculating how much you're producing on a daily basis so that they give you an aggregate at the end of the month, okay? And that is done just by scanning. And essentially, there's another slide that you will see. The effect was that there were manufacturers all being done by this company that was selling. And the effect was, if I bought from them, I got connected faster. There's a lot of value. It's definitely certified as a genuine product because it meets the standards that are required. So the consumers started pushing for those kind of installations, okay? And at the same time, there was also a push because they said, we are not, the support from the OEM, who's the producer of electricity, said that we'll only pay those people who have a certified standard. And that's basically the pull, okay, and the push. And you can see the difference in terms of the reds. Remember I mentioned to you location services? So you're able to scan and know the location. So you can see over time how the reds came in. So as a manufacturer, this is a good story. You're investing in a very cheap solution, and it's increasing your sales because those are scans. Those are scans. And this was done a few months ago. So by now, probably you can't even read that map at all when you look at the scans. And you will see that live today because we are going to scan from here, and you will see the locations, and you will see the real-time scans that we will be doing. Okay? Côte d'Ivoire. You saw the video. That video was actually made for Côte d'Ivoire. It's on medicines. This is how medicine is sold there. And I know some of you know such places. Although we pretend that we have pharmaceuticals, pharmacies, and in the town here. But I bet you, if you went into one of the informal dwellings, or if you went into the villages, that scenario will be available. That's how medicine is sold. That's fake medicine. So you can't tell which is fake, which is genuine. So it's important that we look at how this was solved. 210 million cases per year, 60% medications in Africa are counterfeited. Someone had mentioned 30%. I believe in Kenya, from my own estimation, even some of the Panadols you're buying are fake. Yeah, because you take a tablet and you still have the headache. So it's higher, okay? So this is one case, this is one use case that I wanted to highlight on the medical side. And there are press releases and everything you'll get on the QR code, but all this is on the Authentic.Network site. This is what I want to do. You are invited here. This is an opportunity for both of us to start something together. You're the first people who are seeing this Authentic.Network presentation, and I'd like you guys to sign up with us, so that we can have such press releases, and we can have such stories, and we can have a good story to give to the other people so that they can join in, because it has to start with us in this room and spread it out. This application should be like the Safaricom app. Sorry, not Safaricom app, M-Pesa app. Everyone has it. We should have this app. Everybody should actually have this app, because it will scan different products, and every manufacturer should actually look at this, and then we build on top of that, because there's a lot more value that you'll get. So we need to get some local use cases. These are the stories. When I talk about stories, right now, I am the only local use case in Kenya, okay, because of the products that I'm actually doing. So I'm a semi-producer, okay, by assembling laptops and whatever. The idea that I had was to use it, and since I'm using it, I'm now passing it on to you so that you can also see the basis, the benefits that I'm actually deriving from that particular product. The more we jump onto this platform, the better it is for all of us. So all this information is all in there. If you go to the Authentic.Network site, okay, Authentic.Network, please note that, Authentic.Network. If you see any other site, it's not the site that us guys are in. Okay, it's Authentic.Network, or you can go to KEKAprecision.com, and there is a link for us on counterfeit solutions. It will link you to Authentic.Network, which is the correct network. That is the end of my presentation. And at this point in time, I would like to call Daniel so that we could start off the live session, okay? Immediately after the live session, I'm going to give you an offer you cannot refuse. Okay, so Daniel, I think, let me quickly come up with the... Okay. So Daniel will be assisted by Tunde and myself. That is a dashboard. I think the introduction will start from there. Just give me a second. What we want to do is we want to set up a live session. So I'm going to connect Tunde's phone so that he can do some live scanning, as you see. Have you started the meeting? Okay. I just want to send it out to... Where is it? There. Is it there? So Tunde, over to you.
Yeah,
Thanks. No, you'll have to use it unless I duplicate the screens.
Okay, good. That's fine.
Unless I duplicate the screens.
It's fine, it's fine. It's showing up. Okay, so we've saved the best for the last. This is a live interactive demonstration. This is where you see exactly how the product is being used. It's very practical, and you will be involved as well. You will also be able to test it on your devices. So I've got some labels here. This is the foundation of the solution, basically. These labels contain a green cryptographic code that you see here that contains specific information, high security information that is unassailable and cannot be duplicated. Yeah. So what you do as a producer of a product, so I've got a drug with me, azithromycin, an antibiotic. Yeah. You put a label. I've got a label on it. Yeah, and you scan with our app on your device, and I'm going to do that here. So you will see me doing that now in just a second. Okay, good. Just hold it. I won't be able to do it. Can you hear me there from the back? Good. So I'm going to scan this code with our app. I'm going to open it now. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So, okay, good. All right. So the first thing it does is that it tells you that the product is genuine. Yeah, you see that the product is genuine, and more importantly, yeah, you can go to a next stage and click on show verification, and it tells you what the product is. Yeah, azithromycin, the producer, the content, all of that. And you can also go forward and go to the website of the product. Takes you to the website of the manufacturer. Okay, good. So now that's that. Now, if you try to, if a faker tries to copy this label, yeah, I'm going to show you what, like I said, it is copy proof. Yeah? So if you scan this, so that's a copy of the code. It tells you it's fake. Yeah. Now this is a normal quality. This is a normal quality copy. Now, if the faker now tries to be too smart and use a high quality copy, of course, I have a high quality copy here. So high quality copy. Go back. Just a second. Yeah. Now it even provides you with additional product information. Number one, it tells you it's fake, which is the basic thing. And more interestingly, it tells you what the original is supposed to be. You see what the original is supposed to be, and you can also go to the website of the original product. If I click on website of the original product, it takes you to where you can get the original. Yeah. This is a very unique, differentiation of this product in that no other similar solutions can do this yet. It's copy-proof. QR codes can be copied, but this code cannot be copied. Yeah, no matter how high the copy is. Yeah, it will tell you it's a copy, and it will tell you where you can get the original. Now that's the first feature this product has. The second is that as a manufacturer, you can get real-time consumer information. So you know you can get information on where and when the scans are done. Yeah?
Yeah, so let me just clarify that by, I need to go to the dashboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you can work, but now you'll have to work on that screen.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't need it anymore.
Just a clarification, when he's setting up, the fields that you've seen are easily customizable, and in a few minutes, when Daniel goes onto the dashboard, you'll be able to see, and that's why I needed you to scan. So you'll have some scanning that you can do, and then we tweak, and you see how easily it is to change some of the information that is in there. All that is highly customizable and falls under my, what did I call it? Option 1, okay? Thank you.
So now these are scans I've just done. That's the last scan I did there. It tells me where the scan has been done. Now I can go further. Click on this. And I see exactly where it's done. Exactly. So that's the last scan that's done. It's a fake. It tells me where this fake scan has been done. Radisson Blue upper hill. Yeah. Now, if I go back, I see all the live scans. Yeah, I see where they've been done. I see the region scans, where all the scans have been done. You can also see the country scans, according to country, where the real scans and the fake scans have been done. And you get more analytical information on the scans.
Yeah, Tunde, just to clarify, because this will be done in Kenya, and your site is actually showing all the countries. What we're going to do is we are going to localize this. If you're global, then we'll do the global scans for you, the global whatever will be there, but the dashboard that you will get will be local. So you can actually localize it, as you've seen from the map. We can actually localize it to an estate within Nairobi or the whole country. So it just depends on how we agree with you, and you'll be able to see all those scans. And that's the reason why I was explaining that even if a product is stolen and it's genuine, you'll still be able to locate it to the precise of 5 meters. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so this it's a very powerful tool for businesses and manufacturers, yeah, in that it allows you to make very important decisions. So if you are noticing a high number of negative scans in a particular area, it tells you you need to concentrate your efforts on that area. With this tool, you can do that, yeah. So this is a dashboard, as Ken hinted. This is also where you can indicate to the end consumer or whoever scans the code that this is where you can indicate them to the product information. So there's a place called Content Editor here where I can tell the consumer what I want the consumer to see, yeah? So for instance, if I click here, this are the two last scans I just did. No, it's not. This is a different product. So we are also providing the solution to secure masks in Ivory Coast specifically. So someone has just done a scan of that.
Yeah.
I believe here, that scan was done here.
Yeah, let me just explain. So we've organized a small gift for you when you go, or when you leave. Just before you leave, you'll have a small gift. One of the stickers that I got is a live sticker that you've seen that was done in Ivory Coast, okay? But I've converted them for this area. And the reason I did that is because it contains some little bit of information, and it will be a sticker that is in French at the back of the gift that you'll be given. So each one of you will get that gift, and at the back of it, you will have a live sticker. At the front, you will have a sticker that is not live. It's active, but it's not live. And the offer that I'm going to give you once we finish this demonstration will work on that sticker. Okay? So I'll tell you how to do that. So that information is there. So I think someone was just testing it, you're right, but it's been done here. Yeah.
So yeah, it's already been tested, and this is the last fixed scan I just did. You can indicate here the content editor as a manufacturer. So as a manufacturer, we give you authorization to your own dashboard. Yeah, you can indicate what you want the end consumer to see. So there is a lot of possibilities with this. Depends on what you want them to see. If you want them to go to a particular link to provide certain information, if a product is fake, they can do that as well. Yeah, so it depends on your interest. So basically, that's basically that about the dashboard. The third feature that this solution provides is end-to-end traceability. Yeah, Ken has already mentioned that as well. So you can trace all over the supply chain where the product is and what is happening to the product. Yeah, with usual supply chain solutions, the producer is only able to see until what happens to the product until it gets to the dealer. To the consumer, the producer doesn't know what happens there. Yeah, so this gives the power to the producer to see what the consumer has gotten. So if the consumer has gotten a fake, he knows. If the consumer has gotten an original product, he knows. Yeah, so basically, this is the three features that this solution provides, basically. And we've got other samples there for a lubricant, for another medicine, and for a laptop. You will be able to test this yourself. Here, you've got the app, and what I just did, you'll be able to do it yourself. So you get a real impression. Daniel?
Yeah, so what I want us to do, because part of the presentation Daniel was going to make has been done by Tunde. So what I want Daniel to do with your participation, okay, is we're going to pick 2 products, all right, that we, I'll get some volunteers probably from one of the tables. We're going to get two products. We're going to scan them. You're going to see what you're getting on your phone. You can share what you're getting on your phone. And then we're going to change that information to whatever you'll want, okay? So we are definitely limited with what we can do. So we may not write code at the moment, okay? But we could send links to maybe your organization, or we could create tabs or something. You remember when he had his presentation with the fake one, when he did the fake scan, there was a report that you could do. We can decide, do we report it directly to you? Do we report it directly to ACA? These are things we can customize. As I said, agile, highly customizable. So what I want us to do is just to take about 10 or 15 minutes with Daniel, so that we can actually do live scans. If someone feels the photocopies that we've done, I'm offering 2 people to go and make us a copy of this in the business center. We scan the live one, and we scan the copy as well. So what I want us to do now is to participate together, all right? So feel free, you can move around the room. We've got some products that we've taken. If you find your product here, sorry, this is just for demo purposes, so I just want to make sure that my copyright information is correct. I'm actually linking, if there's a product here, I'm actually linking to the website of the manufacturer. So I'm not changing anything, but we can tweak and I can show you. What we just want to do is to show you how different we can change. So there are some stickers. There are some stickers on the products that you'll see on this table, which you can scan, and whatever is on the bottom is actually what we've made a copy. If you feel you need to make a copy of the product, we can actually do that. Okay, so what we could do, the suggestion is let's bring some of the devices to the table, and then Daniel can be monitoring the scans, okay? And when someone says we need a change, we'll get the details of the scan, and Daniel can make the changes on that.
Okay, hello everyone. So as Ken and Tunda were making the presentation, we went through giving each and every table, giving you some stickers which you can try to scan. I don't know whether you guys have tried that. Have you tried that? I did try with some of the few tables, and we did see some results. So what we are going to be doing now is going through. We're going to take some stickers, and then we are going to configure or change something on the dashboard, and then you can see the changes appear live on your Android phones or iPhones, on any single phone you have. Thank you.
You take this one to a table. Okay, let's go.
I think we can do the medicine.
You want, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're taking this plus this. This is the copy.
There's a copy
of this here. Now this one, leave it. So which table do you want to go?
I'm going to search on the table.
I want you to capture the interaction, not to capture the camera glass. So
all right.
Tell me, where's my DAO guys?
All right.
Here, come this way.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a question, just in general while everyone is getting set up. You mentioned some interesting stats here. For instance, you said that 60% of the medication in Africa is fake. And my curiosity is within that stat, why is that 60% of the medication fake? Do you just have opportunistic counterfeiters with better distribution models than the actual manufacturers? How is it that so much medication is coming into Africa that's fake, despite the fact that all of the actual genuine manufacturers are here?
Okay, I'll try and answer that question as best as I can. The first thing you have to understand is the counterfeit operation is actually an industry on its own. And essentially it's global. It's now extended to the fact that we've got highly educated people who are jobless. For example, in the chemical industry, we've got a lot of people who've got degrees and have mastered chemistry, for example. And they don't have any jobs, and they have to make an income. So if I'm an investor, it's very easy for me to employ that guy to give him something to earn. And so you're right, they are very sophisticated because they're using intelligence to do that. So I can tell you, without giving you real facts, but I can tell you some of the drugs that are being shipped or being sold in this region are passed like medicine. So it'll look like okay, let me not mention a brand, but it'll look like a tablet, packed like the tablet, it'll look like the original tablet, okay? But essentially, inside it is cocaine. And it's actually shaped and exactly done that. So they're able to do that right now. So the sophistication is there. And remember, they've not invested in R&D, so they've got a lot of money that once they start, they've got a lot of money that they can reinvest into copying these particular products and reproducing that, whatever. So it's growing because their overheads are very low. We know it in the alcohol industry. It's there. It's in this country, it's actually there. So you're buying a certain brand, but it's not the brand that you're taking. So the extent of that reproduction and the way they are able to reproduce and manufacture and go to market has become that it's so quick for them. You just heard there's a company that is starting up, and even before they start settling in the market, their product has been reproduced. That's how fast it is. As soon as they see something that is going to whatever, they just start up. So the counterfeit industry is really engraved, and it's sophisticated, and it has the money to actually reproduce what an original person is doing much faster and in a more lucrative way because they have no overheads. So when it comes to medicine, there are many loopholes that we have as Africa. First of all, on the donor funding. So there's a lot of money that is put in healthcare, and people want to tap into that. We heard about seeds. Agriculture is a very big thing that is happening in Africa right now, especially in East Africa, and you've heard even the manifestos. So you can imagine if someone knows this is going to happen, it's being promoted, it has the goodwill, then the counterfeiters take advantage of that and just jump into it quickly and produce whatever they can. And what he said is very true. It's been happening for the last 2 to 3 years from Simlo. So guys have been getting fake fertilizers, fake seeds, fake whatever. It's true. And now we have a food insecurity because of that. So yes, it's sophisticated. And the challenge is that the end customer, the consumer, okay, you're not bothered to know whether it's original or not. As long as the price is right, you'll buy it. That's the challenge. So we need to educate the consumer.
So, sorry, do you mind if I ask another question?
Yeah, no problem.
So with that, and you made a very interesting point that the end consumer is more price sensitive than anything else, especially in regions like Africa. So for them, they don't really care, like you just said, whether the product is original or not. You gave a good example of the shoes that you're going to pick up. As long as they look good and and have the representation of the brand that they want, to whether it's Signal or whatever, they're happy with it. So then, if this solution relies heavily on the end consumer being the person who goes in and says, I care about whether this is real or not, I care about whether this is original or not, how effective then do you think the solution will end up being if all the end consumer is doing is essentially pricing themselves out from achieving or attaining the things that they want?
So let's take example in the healthcare and the food security area. They have no choice. Because if you buy fake, you suffer, okay? That knowledge can extend to every particular product that you're doing. And let's be honest, if as a manufacturer is able to produce and sell 100% of their product in the market and maintain their market share, their cost of production goes down. So counterfeit is actually increasing our cost of production, and then we are complaining. But if a manufacturer is able to produce 100% of the product and sell it into the market, and then increase that market share, then the cost of production will go down, so the price will go down. At the end of the day, it starts with us. And that's exactly the example we got from Simlo. Why is the price of unga right now 200? Because of fake seeds that were sold. It's a direct effect. So if you buy original seeds, unga will not go to 200. It might go down because now the population, you know, the population is always a pyramid. So there's always more people coming up, and the aged are always smaller. So it's always a pyramid. So that means if you're in food production, the only way you can grow is your market share. If you're not growing your market share, then there's a problem because there's more population coming down, going up. Okay. I think that answers you. Okay. Thank you. Guys, let's be as interactive as possible. Any queries I can answer?